Okay, hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this workshop, which is the workshop sharing the insights about training the industry SME stakeholders. So this will be a new series of workshops. This is co-organized as a collaboration between Work Package 3 of CASTIEL, led by Aline Melinet, and Work Package 4 of CASTIEL, led by Nabani Fanteratet. So we'll have two workshops today. The first workshop will be rather focused on the industry viewpoints, and the afternoon workshop will be focused on the training viewpoint. But the idea is really to have dynamic interactions and to interact between these two viewpoints, these two focus. And yeah, so today, for information, the workshop is recorded. We'll keep only the talks part from the speakers. And today, this morning, we will have first a presentation by Laura Martini and Eric Pascolo from NCC Italy. Then a presentation by Merve Dermitas from NCC Turkey. And then to end the morning workshop, we'll hear from Andrea Moga from NCC Netherlands. So normally that's all for the practical information. So I will stop sharing my screen and let's start right away with presentations from NCC Italy.
Hi, everyone. Can you see my screen?
We can see your screen and we hear you, so you can start.
Awesome. So, first of all, a short introduction about us. I'm Laura Martini, NCC Italy, co-leader and communication champion. I work in communication at IFAB, the International Foundation Big Data and Artificial Intelligence for Human Development, which is one of the 5 partners of NCC Italy, along with Cineca, Birex, Dompe, and Leonardo Company. Eric, if you wanted to introduce yourself just to start.
Yes, good morning, everyone. I'm sorry?
Yeah. Lena is fine?
Industry. Okay, good morning, everyone. I am Eric Pascolo. I'm the coordinator of EuroCC Italy Work Package 14. I'm working in Cineca, Italian Supercomputing Center, in the Technology Transfer Group, and I'm deputy for Industrial Champion.
Okay. So today we will show you how our NCC communicate with company and the public administration, and how we work to start a collaboration with them and the role of training. Definitely during the afternoon session, we are going deeper with Valentina Matra, our training champion. I will start with a question. The first question we had at the beginning of EuroCC2, who are we talking to? By leveraging the knowledge and skills of our partners, we have begun to define our goals and community. Specifically, who we are directing our communication towards. We have identified 3 categories. Of course, are not just addressing these individuals, but these job titles are often the one we meet during our training course and meeting. How are we onboarding industry and the public administration, and how to engage them? The first step in our CC2 project is the awareness. In this step, the user gets in contact with EuroCC Italy for the first time, and we introduce them to our organization through this channel. Events that we organize directly, or that we take a part that are organized by others. searching online, and contacts from our network. And when they have a connection with us, they will see a clear invitation to a call to action. For example, a link under a social post or an event organization, an event registration. That will guide them to the interest phase of the flow. In this step, our user become a prospect, showing an interest in our NCC topics by taking one or more actions, such as registering. Through a call to action, we encourage them to consider our solution, register for a training course, and sign up for the newsletter. Additionally, we use remarketing and retargeting for the audience that visited the landing page or social media or the registration page. Once they have signed up for the newsletter or a course, we take care of the lead with valuable content and information. For example, what other NCC or COE are doing, training sprint event, success story, and a guide on how to apply to calls. By filling out the form, we start segmenting the audience. In our case, the training course are really, and the satisfaction form are very important, because through the content and information collected, the task 1, 3, and 4 organize a course to see if there are solutions from the NCC that match the company challenge and problem. Since NCC Italy is a partnership of 5 entities, the one-on-one contact made by individual are definitely relevant and really effective. So this flow helped us build a community that is really interested in the center. Of course, is not a bigger community, but is well targeted. Is a long process, but by talking with our contact, we can think about a solution and create courses that interest them and keep them engaged. Here are some of our KPI, communication KPI. Please note that the website from the first phase crashed in December 2023. So this number refers to a new website designed with the SEO in mind and with new content. The relevant numbers are definitely the average time spent on the website, because more than 3 minutes is really a good result, and almost 60% of newsletter openings with the link. It means that the content that we write are interested. So we deliver the content to the right people. And 93 form filled at the end of the training course allowed us to understand the needs and value. So what's happened during a call?
Okay, in Italy we have an industrial panorama made up of a large number of small enterprises and a few large companies. Having a call with large company is usually more productive because they often already know what to ask for. In this slide, I will describe the process we have with a small, medium enterprise. So the first is introduction. After a brief introduction of the company, we try to explain what EuroCC Italy is. For a company, a center supported by a European project is a legal form that is not very clear in general. Companies are used to talking to other companies. So we explain in detail what we are. The second is the explanation of the use case. And this is the crucial phase of the call, the company explanation of the problem. Usually, the company require an NDA before, and usually the CEO attend to the call. So to delve into the technical details, we need, in general, a second call with operational personnel. However, we try to ask targeted question to estimate the requirement in terms of human effort and technological needs. The third phase is the human skill. After we understand the use case, we try to explain to the company the technical and the managerial skill they need to carry out the project. And this skill that the company must have in-house, because otherwise the proof of concept of or the project will never move on the production phase. We also explain to them what skill EuroCC Italy can support them with the duration of the project. Infrastructure needs. In this phase, we're trying to explain the infrastructural and the computational needs for the project. The language of supercomputer is not very clear to small, medium enterprise, and because they are familiar more with the cloud mechanism, and we can explain how can use the scheduler, how is a calculation, a compute our budget, and so on. The last phase is the final phase. We present them the EuroCC Italy recipes for successfully implementing the use case. This could involve participate open call like Fortissimo or Euro HPC to obtain computer resources, taking part in a training course, or if the particular needs required, activating value-added service or contract.
So briefly here, the main challenge and the opportunity of our onboarding process. Definitely is a long process. It takes at least 6 months to build trust from an event to a meeting. I'm lucky today because Karim is here. For us, is a big challenge, the language, because that means we can consider collaboration with the NCC or COE when they have an Italian ambassador, specifically in training course, because we are going to deliver some practical tips. Segmentation is really important. Since these are training course open to everyone, we must be very careful about which course to recommend. I mean, a C-level executive does not have the same knowledge as a developer or even a student. Another challenge.
Internet problems.
Yeah, yeah.
Laura, slow down.
So Let's wait one
And-
couple of seconds.
Event is very useful to collect participants. I think my connection is not stable.
Yes,
Sorry.
we lost you a few seconds, but you can continue now.
Sorry. About the opportunity. Talking to the community, we have a good chance to understand the needs, organizing course of interest and building a portfolio with the engaging solution, and of course involve experts if it's possible. Honestly, at our NCC, we aim to involve a company in all solution, not just in delivering training course. Our main goal is for company to recognize that we are a point of reference for HPC and artificial intelligence in Italy. Some results of RCC 1.
Yes, so the RCC 1 and 2 training structure meet company need. We organize the training on the 3 level. The first awareness, the second is basic course on HPC, and the third is the very specific course on technology, on single technology. So we measure the result with 3 KPI. The satisfaction, the interest, and the impact of each course, and the industry valued our courses very well. So the satisfaction is 9 on 10. The interest, that is the number of company investing or invest in HPC technology and related, so also in artificial intelligence and big data, is 63%, and the impact that is the most important KPI is the number of students that after attending the course have new ideas about their works using this technology, is 80%.
Following 3 success stories generated by training course through the flow that we showed. In February, we organized the awareness event, Artificial Intelligence, Technology Strategy and Investment for the Future. We involve a representative from innovation company and research, and during this event, we launched an advanced AI training course. So a company called the Cratio, which participated in the awareness event, signed up for the course, and after filling a satisfaction form, they were directed to the Fortissimo Plus call and they applied. Another example is the company Software Center that participated in this training course, and then after a meeting sent an application to an open call Aero HPC. Or following the course in Genova on the parallel programming, one of our partners hired a talent. Some industry needs.
Briefly, Laura, just to let you know that you have 1 or 2 minutes left.
As the last slide. A summary, feedback we collect from the company we met. Practical course, as much as possible, directly apply to project or business solution. If it's possible, customize for the company. Present returns as certain as possible in terms of HPC application, but also in having people training the company, and find suitable personnel to avoid internal resistance. So as I promised, was my last slide, and we are open to consider or your idea. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura and Eric, for this great overview of what NCC Italy does on this topic. And let's continue with NCC Turkey. with Merve Demirtaş.
Hi, everybody. I am Merve Demirtaş. I am the industry champion of the NCC Turkey. Today, I am going to talk about the current onboarding practices from the industry perspective. Followingly, I am presenting our success stories that we have reached during this process. Finally, I complete my presentation with the challenges that we have faced and industry needs for trainings. Okay, before jumping to the main topic, I want to introduce our NCC structure. As you see from the scheme, Turba is the biggest national infrastructure in Turkey, and it is responsible for the management and the coordination of the NCC Turkey. And also, in addition to this, infrastructure support and HPC expertise are provided by Turba during the proof of concept studies. Our affiliated entities are universities. They are Middle East Technical University, Sabancı University, and Istanbul Technical University, National Center for High Performance Computing. All three are responsible for academic consultancy, organizing the training programs, mentoring for the proof of concept studies. Differently, ETUM also the second national infrastructure. If necessary, sometimes it also provides HPC resources freely as well. Now, let me talk about the onboarding practices now. In order to manage the whole process better, I mean the whole process is SME collaboration process. We classify the SMEs. We classify our SMEs into two groups that we meet through the meetings. Generally, we understand from the meeting the characteristics of the first group. They generally use their own local computer for their projects and their simulations. And they complain about that the local machine might not handle the task anymore. And we understand that they need HPC environment for their simulations, or in other words, they need to move their task to the HPC platform. But they do not know how to do it. In that group, also, there are SMEs using HPC-related technologies, but very limited, very moderate level. And they also state in the meetings that they expect their jobs, and we understand that, yes, they need to move their HPC capability to a next level. For the second group, there are SMEs, and they are the more advanced users, and they carry out parallel operation by using advanced tools, and they use large computations to run their simulations simultaneously on multiple cores. In the meetings, they generally the problem regarding that group. They use generally cloud platforms. They complain about the high cost of such platforms. In addition to this, they also require significant amount of HPC resources for their simulations, AI and ML projects, but they do not know how to reach such a big amount of HPC resources. To express this distinction more clearly, I use the HPC usage level graph. As you know that it is established in the first phase of the EuroCC project. If I talk the first group, maybe you can understand these are the HPC ready and HPC users. If I talk the second group, and you can understand that these are the HPC champions and innovators. Let me continue the current onboarding practices. What we do specifically for each group is actually different. As a reminder, regarding the first group, the general objective is to improve their HPC competency. Therefore, if the SME has a HPC suitable problem, after an evaluation process, we initialize a proof of concept study. During the proof of concept studies as NCC Turkey, we provide free HPC resources, free academic mentorship. If necessary, we also sign free HPC expert. Now talk about the details of the learning process. If the SME use the HPC environment for the first time, HPC experts helps how to reach these HPC environments, and also our HPC experts helps to install the codes with appropriate models and the libraries on the HPC platform. In addition to this, we support them to submitting the job by using the appropriate text on the shell scripts. On the other side, our academic experts helps to SMEs when they face to academic obstacle or problems. I want to note that these academic experts do not develop codes. They just help to at the mentor level. All such efforts, we also inform about our SMEs in that group regarding our training programs. This can be organized by us, maybe organized by other NCCs. We do this and because we believe that this facilitates the engagement of the SMEs HPC technologies. As I mentioned previously, the SMEs in the second group has advanced user, and they are the advanced HPC capabilities. They just need too large amount of HPC resources. For that group, we generally organize one-to-one meeting informing about the Euro HPC calls, and we express them to details of the such calls. In the meetings, we also encourage them to apply such calls by showcasing the success stories we have reached. During the application process, NCC Turkey also provides technical support. Again, this support is only at mentor level. According to their question, we provide references for their reviews. Along with, we also inform about the grant opportunities, our SMEs, such as FF+. Let me briefly talk about the results of the such efforts. As I mentioned previously, we initialized proof of concept studies with the first group. When the proof of concept study completed, we requested the final report. And as NCC Turkey, we examine and check the final reports by asking the such question: is HPC used efficiently? Is there any progress? Do company workers can gain HPC related skills? The company really gain the business benefits, maybe in terms of time, maybe in terms of cost. If we get satisfactory answers from the report, we decide that yes, this proof of concept study turns into a success story. Then we share our social media channels these results. For the second group, for the results of the second group, we invite the SMEs who have applied to Euro HPC calls and received resources. It is beneficial for both sides. Both sides means that for NCC Turkey and for the SME, while the SME increases their visibility in that event. For us, it is the one of the success story that we can use to motivate the first group. In addition to this, we are encouraging them not only to participate our events, but also to take part in more international events such as User Day. Now, I want to share with you some examples of our results as success stories that we have reached. We have initialized 7 proof of concept study in this term. In this term means second phase of the EuroCC project, and 4 of them completed, and all of them turned into a success story. It is worth mentioning that 2 of them are published on the second success story booklet. For the second example, an SME called Westerops, and we have met in one of our meetings, and they state that their project needs more HPC resources, and they complain that they generally use cloud platforms, and they complain about the high cost of such platforms. And after this event, we organized one-to-one meeting, and we share the details of the Euro HPC calls, and they applied. Finally, the company gets resources. Now they are planning to participate Euro HPC User Day to share their experiences. Of course, there are challenges that we face during the process. Based on our experiences, the first one is that Many SMEs are lack of HPC awareness. They unaware to competitive advantage of the HPC related technologies. In order to motivate them, we show them success stories, and in order to develop their HPC capabilities, we call about them the training programs and direct them to outreaches. And the second challenge is that insufficient of the HPC expertise in companies. This situation makes it harder for them to adopt HPC technologies easily. Again, at that point, NCC Turkey provides training, presents guide to documents, and user-friendly tutorials to overcome this barrier. The third problem is that sustainable usage of the HPC resources. We observe that during the proof of concept studies at the beginning, the HPC resources are used efficiently, but after some time, they gradually decreases. To overcome this barrier, we request the update interim reports, and if we do not observe any progress from the reports, we ask about the underlying problem and offer solutions accordingly. And another one is the data security issues. Due to the sensitive data or security concerns, sometimes we couldn't initialize proof of concept study. This can be achieved to sign NDAs with the companies, and we generally encourage them to use open or synthetic data. The last issue is that regarding the transition of the workloads from the companies to the HPC platform. As you know that companies are generally familiar with their current resources, and they do not want to move their workloads to the HPC infrastructure. In order to overcome this, maybe we provide educational skill development programs to the SME, and also during the proof of concept studies, we sign HPC experts to help them to transition of their workloads to the HPC platform. In the slides, I want to discuss the industry needs from the training perspective. Time to time after training events, we apply the questionnaire to get feedback from the participants. Generally, industrial participants want us to organize intermediate level or advanced level trainings, not beginner level. And also, they prefer that training content equipped with more practices, more focus on more hands-on sessions, not include too much theoretical knowledge. And also, they favor to participate in the training series of a few hours on different days, because generally SMEs are busy, and SMEs has a busy schedule and couldn't spend the whole day on the training. By considering such points, we try to arrange our training programs actually. As an option, during this phase, during the second phase, we have established a MOOC platform, and which can be also accessed offline. SMEs with busy schedule can reach whenever they want. This is the end of my presentation. That is all from my side. Thanks for your listening.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Merve, for this presentation for NCC Turkey, and see how you deal with the two groups of SMEs and such. Let's continue now with NCC Netherlands with Andrea Moga.
Okay, you can see my screen now?
Yes, full screen.
Awesome. All right. So hi, everyone. My name is Andrea. For those of you who don't know me, so I'm the industry champion currently in NCC Netherlands Serve. And today I'll be talking about the onboarding the SMEs in the Netherlands, how we do it. So basically, I structure my talk into three sections. The offering that we have to the industry, which is always the same. And that's what we believe it kind of brings clarity in the talks and straight to the point conversations we're having to the industry. The second thing I want to share about the structure open calls that we've been running since December and how we're doing it, what works, what not. And the third one is the customer journey, we call it. It's more of a blueprint that we've created somewhere last year, with a step-by-step process, what should happen in the onboarding of SMEs. All right, so going to the first one, the offering to the industry, it's just like this. We offer for every proof of concept, 390 compute hours, a storage account, and up to 8 hours HPC or AI consultancy. And additionally, it's whatever comes with other activities that we're doing, access to trainings, invitation to present, conferences, meetups, and other knowledge sharing events. Why we think this is important is that with this 390 compute hours, you can do a lot for SMEs. So there were, for example, we have one SME applying for the open call, and they were already asking for a lot more compute hours. So that's from the start a no-go for us. And it also helps us to actually reserve and know that this allows us to help and really divide focus, attention, and resources and efforts to multiple SMEs in the Netherlands. So why we believe this is helpful to have clarity in the conversation we're having. And there, to be able to share this message further on, is we're going to channels like events that don't have to do with HPC a lot. So what we've seen so far in the last years, right? The AI hype that we're kind of, let's say, piggyback on it somehow. And we know that it requires a lot of compute to develop large AI models in general. So we are finding opportunities to go speak. So myself, I've been invited to speak at some of these events. And the talk is not a sales or promo about HPC, what HPC is doing. So it really starts from the AI side, a bit of the knowledge that is from my experience as a technology consultant. So it's between the technical and the business language, if I could say it that way. So, and at the end, I slowly introduce the opportunity of getting access to HPC, compute hours from NCC Netherlands, and so on and so forth. What I've seen also working is by being an active ambassador at all other events, not necessarily should be, for example, there are healthcare events where decision makers are showing up and they talk about challenges in healthcare. And there are also companies that are actually working on some health tech solutions. And it's really just engaging with that community and having, one-on-one talks, and then just trying to convert those and scheduling different meetings. And of course, once we have the industry SMEs onboarded in one of these proof of concepts, it is hard to retain them. So industry retention strategies, or like community building and engagement, requires also some other events that we need to organize. And here's one example of a CXO branch that we organized earlier this year. And it was really about supercomputing and Gen AI. So we've gathered together a bunch of CTO and CEOs in a room, and we discussed about their challenges and also where they are, but also shared a bit about how can you deploy a Gen AI model after you use HPC for that. So it's really getting to the business value at the end of the pipeline. And having said this, I would like to also share a bit about the structured open calls that we're running. So you see here, one thing that I've seen working, and also being kind of a sort of entrepreneur myself, I want to share that pace and the speed is quite of a key in order to attract SMEs to get access to HPC. So the way we respond, or the way we handle all this, because they don't get a lot, they get just 390 compute hours, which they could get it from other commercial cloud vendor. And we believe that is having that, forms that could take 5 minutes, which is something we're running in our open call. It's basically a simple form. You see it here. This is an application actually coming from one of the SME. It's very basic. It just takes 5 minutes, and it's a really high level. It just takes a little bit of the technical as well, but it's what we're doing is that really automating this process. And it takes 2 or 5 days usually to reply to it. So basically, I'm in charge with it. So it's always great to have one person that's responsible for this. That is also doing an update to the CRM and sharing with the team as well. So we have this structure open calls actually with multiple cut-off days. The first one was in December 2023. And then we keep them for like 2 months. And then we have it like so far like 5. But what usually happens in the background is that we are just updating the communication that we're having. Right, so everything stays the same, but it's just the communication to the outside. And why we think it's important to have shorter periods of applications is because we want to offer that sense of urgency from the SMEs when they can apply to this. Because if you would keep an open call for like 3 or 4 months, let's say December to March, most likely they will just apply probably in March, the last minute. So they will prioritize other stuff, and then they will probably take the last month or maybe last few weeks to do that. And this is a missed opportunity for us because we won't get to see such applications. All right, this is a sort of an overview that I want to share, like of how many we've converted so far through these open calls. So 27 out of which 11 active. Here's where the challenge I want to share. So a couple of SMEs actually they have various reasons for not continuing because there are different, cloud commercial vendors that are offering their, solution, and then we just miss on them, and then we don't hear anything from the SMEs being active anymore. So we are actually going to improve on the process here, and we try to have more proactive, maybe bi-weekly check-ins, which is something we haven't really done, but we've done the midterm check-in. So this is something we wanted to share. Like if you're planning to onboard or when you're onboarding an SME, just do weekly or bi-weekly check-ins with them. How I wanted to share a bit about basically the open call. So once we get the application, this is an automated email that's always the same for the SME that we're sending, and we invite them to a call to book a meeting, and usually that's me in the call, and then we also invite them to the training. So the training is basically happening sorry for the balloons. So the trainings are happening once a month by our colleague, usually Carlos. I see he's also in the meeting. And this is a 4 hours online training. And why we want to do this is because we also want to give the SME a feeling of the supercomputer. They get a user training account available for 2 weeks, so they can get to actually play with it and see how it looks like. And sometimes that could also influence their way of deciding to go for us and working with us on the proof of concept as well. So this is different than the user account they're getting here is different than the user account they're getting from us for the EuroCC offering. All right, so after we send this, we invite them to the meeting and we check if it's a fit or no fit. So we have a go, no go moment. We basically send them a proof of concept grant proposal, which looks like this. It's very simple. And we again repeat what we're offering here is what we said in the email. And usually another thing that I want to mention is because a publicly funded offering offered to SME, and we're always asking the SME to publicly disseminate the results of such a proof of concept. So we're happy to help this and doing the onboarding, which is kind of a question that I had for also other NCCs. But the idea would be that we would appreciate a white paper or a blog or a communication, you know, probably most of you are doing this. And this is also has implications because we don't work with NDAs. We just work with this simple proof of concept grant proposal. Otherwise, it's probably going to make it difficult for us to share it, to make publications or organize any other sort of events or just share in general. All right. Then this is the blueprint that I want to share about the customer journey. So basically 7 steps, if I could say that. So from the step 1, the assessment that we're doing with the type form, the open call, and up until the community onboarding. So after they are finalizing their HPC, there are a couple of go, no go moments. And yeah, it's pretty much it. It's not final. We're still trying to improve it. And as I've probably shared already about the weekly check-ins that are not always happening, and we should be more proactive on that. And yeah, with this, I would like to thank you. And yeah, if you have any questions, happy to answer them.
Okay, thank you, Andrea, for this presentation for NCC Netherlands. So thank you again very much to Lara, Eric, Merve, and Andrea for sharing the insight from your NCC this morning. We will have another session this afternoon, chaired by Aline, and until this afternoon, I wish you a good lunch break and see you soon.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.